Beanie Ball Talk. All right, boys. Welcome back to B&E. We're going to recap our week 3 of the NFL.
Cap?
Yeah, we're going to just get right into it. You know how we roll. We dive right in, and then the hot takes start flowing. Okay, so Thursday Night Football. The Jets handled the Patriots 24-3 while they were at home in MetLife. Rodgers finally looks like he's starting to feel like his old self. He looked really good. He had a clean pocket. Patriots are kind of, showing what we thought they were going to be from the get-go. Their defense is still pretty good, but 3 points from the offense is pretty rough.
Pretty crazy, dude. Seems like just yesterday you were saying how fun the Patriots are to watch.
Yeah, that was not fun on Thursday night.
They suck.
It was actually like a really bad Thursday night game because it was over after the first quarter.
Dude, Rodgers was slinging. He looked good.
Yeah, he looked good.
And he was mobile.
Patriots don't deserve to have a primetime game.
True.
Well,
I
hopefully
feel
that's
that
the
way
only
with
one.
about 4 teams in the NFL that I just have no desire to watch for primetime. They're one of them.
Well, we get one tomorrow.
What?
Who's tomorrow?
The Giants.
Giants,
Yeah,
Cowboys.
but it's a divisional game. You never know with divisional games.
I'm so sick of this matchup, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, in prime time, yeah, you're right. All right, well, speaking of the Giants, we can get into the next game. The Giants did beat the Browns 21-15. They got the first dub of the season. I think the biggest takeaway here was, Deshaun Watson doesn't get paid $250 million guaranteed to put up 15 points every Sunday. So, I feel like the Browns fans have just accepted that their quarterback sucks and he doesn't give a shit about them or winning.
Yeah, Deshaun sucks and his guitar celebration's gay.
Did you guys see his
Daniel Jones
quote?
legacy game?
No, did you guys see his quote recently? I forgot what I don't know where I was going with that. I forget. It was something ridiculous. He was like, he said he doesn't want to do any designed quarterback runs because that's not what he does or some shit like that. And it's just like, dude, fuck you. You get paid hundreds of millions of dollars. Do what you're fucking told.
You know what you do? You get paid to play football and go win for your team.
This is why guaranteed contracts are stupid in football.
Yeah.
I thought the Giants were done when the Browns scored in the first play of the game. I was like, oh, this is going to be a rout, but credit to them for fighting back, dude. This was what's the extra coach name? Brian?
Dable.
Yeah, this was like a Dable. He's our new Vrabel. Dable.
Now it's Dable game.
Dable game.
If the Giants kicker wasn't hurt last week, they would have beat the Commanders too. They'd be 2-1 right now.
Which, and we'll get to that because if they were 2-1 with a win over the Commanders, that'd be a pretty nice seat they'd be in going into this divisional game this weekend. Tomorrow. All right, next game we got the Eagles beat the Saints 15-12. Everyone thought there was gonna be points in this game, but it was an underfest. This was kind of you guys can add to it, but I thought this was who wanted to who was trying to give the game away more. You saw both teams make a lot of mistakes, but ultimately the Eagles came on strong at the end. I don't know. Did the Saints turn into a pumpkin? I don't know.
No, this game, the only reason it was close is because Sirianni is a terrible coach, and they went for it on fourth down. I think they left 9 points off the board when they were easily in field goal range. And dude, this was just a Saquon game. I mean, we just go from talk about the Giants. I mean, Saquon is unbelievable, dude. Look at the guy on a good team just doing well. I'm just happy for him, man. Hopefully he stays healthy.
I think the Saints might have a decent defense, but I think they're pretenders. I think they beat up on the Panthers, who suck, and I think the Cowboys' defense is bottom 5 in football.
Yeah, what the heck happened?
Which is crazy because just a year ago they were a top tier defense. They lost Dan Campbell, or not Dan Campbell. Sorry, they lost Quinn. What's his first name? Dan Quinn. That's why
they got Mike Zimmer now.
Yeah, and you would think that Mike Zimmer would step in and be good, but I guess maybe they just run a different scheme, and that's all it takes to fuck a defense up, I guess.
It's like Baltimore. Baltimore's D coordinator went to Seattle, and now Baltimore has a bad defense.
Yeah, coordinators matter, dude. Schemes are important, and because it's all based off your personnel. So if you're not running a defense that complements your personnel, like it's the same thing on offense too. It's fitting a square peg in a round hole. It's dumb. It's some. And I feel like Zimmer's the kind of guy that would do that.
Cowboys have scored negative fantasy points every week.
Dude,
I
that's
know
so
because I
funny.
have them.
Hey, you got a dub this week though.
Dude, we'll talk about the Bengals in a minute.
All right, we'll go on to the next game. Anything else on Saints Eagles?
Win's a win.
Yep. All right, next game, Vikings with the biggest upset of the week. They took care of the Texans 34-7, an absolute ass beating. I don't think anyone saw this coming. I think people could have expected the Vikings to have some fight, but I don't think anyone had them winning. And they dominated. Sam Darnold is for real, and right now it's only week 3, but right now he's the MVP.
Yeah, old boy went off. I'm really happy for him. It just shows that, it's all about landing in the right system, and good for him.
He's lucky he didn't get hurt worse. They said there was no structural damage, but did you guys see he got like tackled weird?
Yeah.
He was like his knee was like messed up,
It was
but
at the end of
I
the
think
game, wasn't it?
yeah, so he had a
Yeah.
hell of a game, but then he got hurt at like the very end, and people were worried that he was going to be out for like a while. And thankfully, there was no structural damage, so might have saved the season.
Also, JJ just proving he can play with any quarterback. He's so nasty.
I've always been a JJ guy, and he's looking like, last year he had to deal with all the injuries, and then they were bad, so he like sat out a lot. I hope he stays healthy the whole year because he's so fun to watch, man.
Yeah,
That deep ball that he caught and just took it all the way. I saw this like other camera video from like in the stadium, and just listening to the crowd just like it was so sick, dude. He's
dude,
awesome.
JJ over Jamar any day.
All day, every day. Anything else? What about
After
Texans? I
this
mean,
week, hold on.
oh yeah.
No, dude, I'm still JJ over Jamar.
What did you guys think about the Texans though? Like, are they okay? What
They'll
happened
be
here?
fine. They played in a tough environment. They probably weren't expecting Minnesota to be as good as what they were. They'll bounce back, dude. I'm not worried about Houston. They'll win some games. They'll lose a couple, but they're gonna be in the playoffs. I'm not worried about them. Stroud's for real.
I agree, but I think if you dive a little deeper, Flores is one hell of a D coordinator, and I think he was giving CJ some fits, and that's something to look at. As a Chiefs fan, I'm thinking if we saw them in the playoffs, I'd be looking at that tape,
Yeah, I think it's more of Minnesota's really good.
which is
Flores is going to get
crazy.
some interviews to fill a head coaching spot after this year if they keep playing defense like that.
Yeah, because they don't really have like. Think about their defense. Who do they have that's like a superstar? I feel like all the guys I used to know are gone now.
They
They
still
retooled.
that white
Neil,
safety still
Daniil
there.
Hunter, something.
Harrison Smith.
Harrison.
No, Scott, he's with the Texans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Daniil Hunter went to the Texans, so that's why it's like I don't even know
More,
any names. Huh?
Scott, you're cutting out.
Elmore and Harrison Smith.
Yeah, Harrison Smith's pretty old. I love Harrison Smith, but he's up there now. Yeah, just interesting. Interesting that the Vikings have just they're on fire. All right, next game. Broncos, another big upset. I don't think as big as the Texans one, but the Broncos beat the Bucks 26-7. Also handled the Bucks. What I feel like this was more about the Broncos defense. I don't know about you guys because like Bo Nix didn't look crazy good. He took care of the ball, but I feel like the Denver D shut down
This
Tampa.
is a burn the tape game for the Bucks. That's all.
Yeah,
We need to address the officiating as Rashad White was robbed.
I forgot about that. Scott,
I forgot about that
point,
too. That was so bad. He was in the end zone, man. That was under the 2-minute warning, right? Like that's on the NFL. They've got to whistle down. They do.
If
They
I would
probably
have lost
they saw your parlay and they were like,
God.
"Fuck that dude in St. Charles, Missouri. We cannot let this happen."
I think Bo Nix sucks though. He can't throw the football.
He's a leader though.
I think he's all right. Like I don't think he sucks. I think he's all right. Like there's a lot worse quarterbacks in the league, but he's not the chosen one that Sean Payton deemed he would be.
I still think Sean Payton probably not a good coach.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're all anti Sean Payton in this podcast. Anything else?
This is my Sean Payton face.
Sweet. All right, Packers beat the Titans 30-14.
Beat that ass.
And Malik Willis gets his revenge. Will Levis had another bad pick, bad turnover. It's just like, dude, this was, if you're a Titans fan, you can't be down worse than right now.
Dude,
man,
4th down play where he tried to hurdle for like 4 yards and only hit like 1 or 2 yards.
You know what's funny, though? Everyone's clowning him, but I'm not joking. His play reminds me exactly of Josh Allen's when he was in year 1. And I know this is year 2 for Will Levis, but still, like, that dude, Josh Allen did stupid shit like that all the time when he was in his first, like, 2 years. Like, Josh Allen was not a polished guy, and now look at him. He's fucking dominating the league. So, I don't know. I haven't given up on Will Levis completely. I think he gets, like, way more hate than he deserves, but he's got to stop doing stupid shit.
Dude, if Will Levis turns into Josh Allen, I'll be so happy.
He had a decent.
That'd be awesome.
What?
He had a decent stat line. Only 8 incompletions, 260, and 2 touchdowns.
2 picks, though, and they were bad picks.
Yeah, you just can't do that in the NFL. Like, that is the difference.
And on the flip side, Malik was safe with the ball, and he ran wild. 6 carries for 73 yards and a touchdown.
Malik looks good. Like, you can't deny it now. Like, he looks good. Like, LaFleur is making him look good, I think.
LaFleur's going to win.
But
he should. It's all about the right system. And also, I don't know, Tennessee, man,
maybe they're just bad.
Like a dumpster fire.
Abomination.
Yeah, maybe they're
fired Vrabel,
maybe they shouldn't have fucking fired the really good coach they had and the only redeeming quality of their franchise. Maybe they shouldn't have done that. Fucking idiots. They're getting what they deserve. That's what bad franchises should get. Sorry. If you're a bad franchise, you're going to fucking lose games. All right.
I think they have a good offense, though.
Man, I still can't.
No, it just pisses me off that, like, dude, I'm sorry. Vrabel is not 0-3 at this point in the season if he's the coach of this same roster. I guarantee you that.
Dude, their ownership was intimidated, Kev.
Dude, if that's real, what a joke.
Wait, what? What?
You didn't hear that rumor? I forgot who broke that. Was that
Dude, they
Schefter?
talked about it on PMT, Kev.
Yeah. Was it Schefter who they were talking to about that?
I can't remember. There was an actual NFL analyst, Steve, that basically just said that there was rumors circulating from the Vrabel camp that said that they were too intimidated by Mike Vrabel and felt they couldn't make decisions for the organization because they were too afraid of him and they let him go. I don't know if that's really true, but literal NFL analysts said that.
Is this football or not?
I know, right?
All right.
We're all big Vrabel guys. He's probably the only New England Patriot that we all respect.
Dude, from that era, yeah, pretty much.
He needs to be a head coach, dude. He's too talented to
he'll probably get a job. Maybe not a head coaching job, but he'll get a coaching job next season.
He'll get a head coaching job. He will get a head coaching job.
I hope so.
Is Belichick done?
No, dude, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and like a lot of people think he's going to be the next Cowboys coach.
Oh my God. And then
I heard Jaguars today.
Who
the Doug, we'll get there. Doug Peterson, he's gone for sure. Like I'm very confident he will not be the coach of the Jaguars next season. There's a couple coaches on. Huh?
Vrabel should be DC for Bill Belichick. That'd be sick.
That would
He'll
be
probably
tough.
on his son, which would be dumb, but.
All right, let's get to the next one. Bears and Colts. The Colts get the win at home, 21-16. This was an ugly game. It was pretty comical, to be honest, like watching how bad both of these quarterbacks were. But, someone had to win at the end. Good on the Colts. It might be the only win they get this season because I think they fucking suck. The Bears, like, their O-line is so bad. When you watch them play, like I do, like Caleb Williams, fuck him. But, like, also, he has no time every play. It's crazy. And they have no running game at all. At least the Colts. And that was the difference in this game. The Colts have a running game. And that's ultimately what won them the game was Jonathan Taylor being good. Because Anthony Richardson did his damnedest to fucking lose this game.
Yeah, dude, he sucks. Those are 2 of the worst picks I've ever seen. Like, if people defend them, they just don't know ball.
People will suck off Anthony Richardson and then clown on Will Levis.
Yeah, I mean...
Make it make sense.
AR's picks, dude, they were both like in the red zone. Oh my god, the one in the end zone.
Yes, the one that was it was like, what are you doing, dude?
It was inexcusable. Like sick. He can throw the ball 80 yards, and that's fun to watch. But other than that, he blows. And Caleb, he did impressive. He had an impressive stat line, but like it was 363 yards. But one of those was like the Hail Mary bomb at the end of the half that didn't score because he doesn't have the arm strength to throw it. I don't know. I think Caleb's just. I think his ceiling, like the absolute best Caleb will ever be, is Kyler. And Kyler's having a sick season.
Yeah,
but
like that's not bad. Like,
but I think that's the best he could ever be. Like I don't think he's as good as Kyler. I don't.
Here's the thing: we're right now where we stand. Like things can change, obviously, but right now where we stand, the Bears should have just kept Justin. That's what it looks like right now. They would have been just fine keeping Justin. What? Why is that funny?
That's such a mistake, dude.
Dude, okay.
They had Justin Fields for 2 years, didn't really do much. He still can't throw the ball good. Like you just said, Caleb Williams has no offensive line.
Yeah,
that
true.
dude did run around the pocket and scramble and make some really good plays. He's 3 games into his NFL career.
I just
Thank
hate
you.
him.
That's what I was gonna say too. Is
I
we're
know. I just
judging
hate
him
him.
3 games in. I hate Caleb Williams just because, but like, trust me, if he fails, I'm happy. But you got to give the guy some time to actually determine if he's real or not.
Yeah, but you do have to remember too. Going into this game, the Colts were the worst defense in the entire league, and they couldn't move well, actually, they did move the ball. They just couldn't score because Caleb Williams had 300 yards passing. That's crazy.
So
When I saw that stat line, I was shocked.
Eberflus is getting fired at the end of the year too.
Scott, to Kevin's point about Justin Fields, though, what did they win 7 or 8 games last year?
7.
I think they won 7. I think they won 8, 9, didn't they?
Yeah, they won. I think they won
8, 9, or 10.
All right, so hear me out. If the Bears don't at least tie that, their roster is way better than it was last year. If he doesn't get that, then to Kevin's point, maybe they should have kept Justin Fields. With this roster, if Justin Fields had, I don't know. I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying Kev might be onto something.
No, and like Caleb Williams will probably end up having a better career than Justin Fields. Well, who knows?
Could you
Steelers'
ever
success right now
by paying Justin Fields $50+ million? No,
nah.
Not a franchise quarterback.
Well, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll get to the next game. The Steelers beat the Chargers 20-10, and they're 3-0. They took care of business. Chargers are banged up. They had a lot of injuries. They lost their left tackle Slater in this game, and then Joe Alt got injured. He's out for some extended time. Herbert re-aggravated his injury, but it looks like what I've heard is that he's probably going to play again, but he's just being a bitch and milking an injury. Shocker. So like the Steelers are 3-0, man. There's only 4 teams that are 3-0 right now?
I think 5.
4 or 5. So like props to the Steelers. These are huge wins that they're getting early in the season that are going to pay dividends when we get to the thick of it, and injuries do start stacking up and teams are banged up. But the Steelers right now are making a path to win that division because the other teams in that division have dug themselves holes. So props to the Steelers. That's my big, like, if you play really good defense and your offense, if your defense is elite and you play complementary offense and take care of the football, you can win games, and they're showing that. And that's why I'm so happy for Fields and high on him, because he's been taking care of the ball and he's been smart with the ball. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like the Steelers are going in the right direction right now. I'm buying their stock.
If they had a better running back, I think they would be like blowing teams out.
They could have used like a guy like Saquon this year for sure.
I was thinking if they had Saquon on their team, dear God.
Yeah.
Because Najee's not very good.
He's a bust. I think it's like he's like, if you show his stats, he probably has a decent career, but like where they drafted him, he was supposed to be a Saquon, a Christian McCaffrey, a guy like that.
He was supposed to be like Derrick Henry, and he's just not.
Yeah. So I think I agree 100%. If they had a better running back, that offense would move a lot better. Anything else on this one? All right, next game we got Seahawks beating the Dolphins 24-3. We saw Braxton Berrios' ass. That was cool. the Dolphins season is already over in its week 3. It looks so bleak. Apparently, Tua's contemplating retirement. They have no quarterback. They brought in Snoop Huntley, and I
Who?
don't Snoop Huntley, Tyler Huntley. He goes by Snoop now.
I'm
Um,
out.
Pro Bowl changes people, guys.
exactly. So he is their savior. So
That's not as bad as Chosen.
true, chosen, and he's on that team, isn't he?
I
I
heard.
think he's a
I think he
Dolphin.
just got canned, bro. He might have just got cut again.
Dude,
But he
Chosen
was
is like
chosen. But hey, Seahawks took care of business. It's the NFL. Win is a win. DK was sick in this game. Every time you get a chance to see DK running like the length of the field, it's fun to watch. You can't deny that, man.
DK's an animal. I love that guy.
Yeah, I wish he was a Chief so bad. All right, next game. Panthers shock the world and they get a dub over the Raiders, 36-22. The red rifle is legit, and fuck you guys for making me take back my take. I'm never backing down from a take again. Andy Dalton changed this team, and you know what? The Raiders are probably a bad team. They're probably a bad team, but that was a huge win. That's huge for momentum and just a confidence boost for all of those players on that team. That was much needed because they were down bad.
Those
Thoughts?
were hit. He might have had some of the best throws of the short NFL season so far. His touchdown pass to Thielen is the best ball I've seen this
Oh,
year.
and Thielen's out for the
Oh,
season
actually,
too, man.
never mind. The second best because the first was Jaden Daniels' touchdown pass
Oh,
on.
dude, we'll get there. I can't wait to talk about that
But
game.
dude, Andy Dalton, dude, just an absolute professional. He's like the franchise leader in all of Cincinnati stuff. He was always a solid quarterback, dude. I'm happy for him. I hope he can keep this momentum up. Chuba also had a big game.
Chuba did have a good game.
The Raiders look bad.
Yeah, like it's so weird. I guess like gambling wise, I can't trust any game that they're in because I really don't know what to do. How do you beat Baltimore and then just get shit pumped by the Panthers? It's just
Dude,
I
they're
don't
a
understand that
opener
team.
too. Coming
Yeah,
big win. Like I thought Max Crosby was gonna kill Andy Dalton for sure, and that defense sucked.
What do
Yeah,
you
they
guys think
let me
about
down big
Bryce?
time.
Is
My
what?
this
lock of the week, they let me down big time. Is
Oh,
what I
is this
said. I wasn't expecting Andy Dalton to have a career day, but
I tried warning you.
Max Crosby and the boys didn't show up. Plain and simple.
does this confirm Bryce sucks?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see
Yeah,
next
dude.
game. No. Maybe the Raiders are bad. We got to see next game. Maybe the Raiders are just bad. All
Dude,
right.
Yeah, it's
Bryce
definitely
sucks.
not looking good for Bryce Young right now, Steve. Not looking good at all.
No, he needs to get the fuck out of there ASAP, just for his
If
own
I were him, I
mentals.
wouldn't play again, and I'd get traded to a team and hope that I could revive my career.
Yeah,
Dude, I didn't like him coming out of college. I just didn't see it with him in Alabama. Like he had all day to throw, and I just never was impressed, dude. And like someone like pulled up the thing of like all the Alabama quarterbacks, and it's like, damn, maybe they're not that good. I think Jalen is pretty good, but
I do
he
think I do think you have to probably, if you looked back at that Alabama roster, not only did he have unreal receivers that he was throwing to, but he also probably had some seriously good offensive linemen that are all probably in the league right now.
yeah.
So, and that's pretty important. Yeah, moving on to the next game, the Rams beat the Niners. This was my lock of the week. Total shocker. The Niners were up 21-7 or something. They were up 21-7 going into half maybe. It was an early lead that they jumped out to and they just
No,
really let
coming back to in the third quarter, they went up 21-7.
Okay, and Shanahan just like pulled a Shanahan. He totally fell apart. Rams came back, got the dub, gritty win. They were depleted in every position, but Stafford, man, this was like throwback Stafford in the Detroit days. He got a dub. So, credit where it's due, but still fuck him. Hope he tears his ACL.
Kyron Williams went nutty when he flipped in the end zone. That was so sick.
Who?
Kyron Williams.
Oh yeah.
Dude, what I learned from this game is that Brandon Ayuk just robbed the 49ers of a lot of money because Jawan Jennings just stepped into Ayuk's role and just went off. And he is a good player and has been for a long time for them, undervalued. But, like, you don't have a wide receiver go off for that amount in the guy's role that you just paid for an obscene amount and have that be coincidence. Not
I,
like it just doesn't happen.
I'm a coward. I never said
The
anything, but I
system.
did always kind of think that like it was crazy that Ayuk was demanding that kind of money because really his best season was last season. Before that, he was just kind of like the second option always to Debo, and like he had the good stats. But the fact that they paid him as much as he did is crazy. And like I don't know, like you're seeing right now, he is not in form, and he'll probably find it eventually. But like,
Well, and he's good. Like, don't get me wrong.
yeah,
And like, think about it. Debo's out, Kittle's out, McCaffrey's out. Like, he was double teamed, but like that's what one number ones who like the money he makes.
yes,
That's what happens. He's never had to be double covered in his entire career because of
yep,
those weapons.
Can you guys think
you're
of any
preaching right now.
example? Think of any example of a guy holding out and then killing it right when they come out after a holdout.
To probably
Trent
did it at
Trent
some
Trent
point.
Williams.
He's a lineman. I'm talking a skilled player.
Okay, but like, dude, that guy is unreal.
Levy.
He's the only justified holdout I can think of because he got out of Washington. What, Scott?
He's the one man I want. And
Oh.
if I had to choose one
Le'Veon
NFL
Bell.
player to protect me, it's him. He's the fucking mountain in Game of Thrones. Like,
yeah, when he retires, he should like be the most expensive bodyguard. He should be protecting Trump when he's in the White House. Real talk. All right. Next game. The Lions beat the Cardinals 20-13. This also was not the barn burner we thought it would be. But it was still competitive, fun game to watch. I thought the Cardinals had a chance to get it done. They couldn't do it. I think did Kyler turn it over?
They got robbed.
Did they get robbed? Yeah. What? Oh yes, dude. Yes. The pick six because of the 2-minute warning, and it was not the 2-minute warning.
Bullshit.
So I think what happened was the fucking ref blew the whistle way too early. And I think that's why they had to bring it back because the ref blew the whistle. And once a ref blows the whistle, it's over. Like nothing matters after that because the thought is players can give up because they hear the whistle and all that shit. So it's like refs need to fucking swallow it, okay? Steve, I was sick when I saw that on Red Zone.
Dude, that changed the entire trajectory of the game, dude. Like, I'm just pissed because I like the Cardinals, dude. I don't think their record indicates how good they are. I think they're a freaking awesome team. That was really bad luck. I think they'll be okay. I don't know about playoffs, but I think they're going to be my fun team to watch all season still.
They're going to be fun because they don't play defense. I don't think they're a good team because they don't have defense, but they will put up 25 to 30 points a game and be in every game they play just because they have a high-powered offense. I think that's where they are this year.
That division is also like totally up in the air. Right now, the Seahawks have a 3-0 lead right now, and it's like I literally think any of those four teams could win that division because I'm not high on the Niners right now. They're just too banged up.
The Seahawks?
Yeah. Yeah, the Lions get an important dub though. Good for them. Next game. Ravens beat the Cowboys 28-25. The Cowboys did some dressing up to the score at the end here. The Ravens almost could have blown it, but they took care of it. They ran the ball out at the end. Good win for the Ravens. They needed this one.
Scott, you get nervous?
I mean, it was kind of hard not to.
I was nervous. I felt nervous for you.
But it's like, I'm just a little bit upset that I was banned from my nuclear missile whale play being official.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, if you lose
if you lose a game of the year, you get punished. That's how it works.
I think I'm definitely like out on Dak. I've always thought he was like average, but I think I'm just out on Dak too.
Here's the thing, Scott.
The dude's defense is Swiss cheese. Like, what he put up 25 in the NFL. That's not terrible.
They scored 0 touchdowns until the fourth quarter when the Ravens were up 28-6.
Yeah, Kev, you just said they did some score dressing at the very end of the game there.
But dude, their defense is terrible. Everyone knows the Cowboys' defense is so bad right now.
What does that have to do with Dak?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with offense.
I don't know. He's the quarterback of the team. Like, you can't win games when your defense lets up 50 fucking points.
But Scott, here's the thing: they had to pay him. Like,
no, they didn't, Steve.
What's the alternative?
Go draft great first-round quarterback next year.
They can't. They're never in the top 10.
They're never in the top 10.
Dude, they're going to be like an 8 or 9 win team this year. They're going to be right in the middle of the draft.
Crazy that you made them your game of the year and you think this still.
I know.
Crazy.
That tells you how bad I thought the Saints were going to be.
Scott, you like COVID fog. It's okay.
No,
you thought it was 2020.
They are so stupid for paying Dak. They should have drafted a quarterback and got a free agent next year.
Dude, Scott, Zach, there was talks of Dak being like MVP last year. I disagree with
He actually
that.
got robbed in my opinion.
Scott, I'm not in your camp that you got to pay Dak Prescott. I don't think he's that good, but you got to pay Dak Prescott because there was nothing else there. And I don't think you go out and get a quarterback at the end of the first round or a free agent to just plug into a system. Jerry Jones is about to die. He wants to win now, and Dak Prescott is his best fucking
literally
chance.
a top 10 quarterback.
Is Dak going to get him to a Super
What are we doing?
Scott,
Mahomes is in the league. Who the fuck is going to the Super Bowl?
I said, is Dak going to get them to a Super Bowl?
Maybe. The
he
NFC's
could.
wide open.
I think he has the capability. Absolutely.
What, almost 10 years?
Hear me out.
A first playoff loss every year.
Look at this. The past 5 Super Bowl winners, Mahomes, Stafford, Brady. Like, it's hard to find a franchise quarterback.
Okay, he's a first-round playoff loss every year, and they just gave him $60 million.
Okay, but that's better than a perennial.
Okay, fucking Trevor Lawrence just got 55 a year. What are we doing here? Daniel Jones has 45 a year. Like, what are we doing?
Very dumb.
Okay, but
draft a quarterback.
Every team is doing. It's just the nature of the game right now. You have to give them stupid amounts.
$1 for someone that's not worth top dollar. I'd rather go draft fucking any rookie QB coming in.
Okay, and then just be shitty? Like, at least Dak gets them.
Because the Cowboys have a decent roster.
But Scott,
if you think the Cowboys would just plug in a fucking rookie and just be better, you're insane.
I know, Scott. What if they draft a Bryce Young? At least they know Dak is like a solid Pro Bowl quarterback. I don't think it's all on him.
Here's what I'll say, Scott. They should have drafted a quarterback 2 years ago and had him underneath Dak. Just like they did with Dak. They drafted Dak, and he sat behind Tony Romo. Like, so, I mean, I don't know why they haven't done that. And they haven't. Who's their backup? Trey Lance? Pfft. Okay. We all know how that's going to go. You think Trey Lance is a better option than Dak?
Kev, I also think that we need the other thing with him too is I think the Cowboys, if they really wanted to win, needed to give him more run game than old ass Zeke Elliott coming back. Like Rico Dowd is actually kind of sick, but like if they would have brought Derrick Henry to fucking Dallas, they would have been. They need somebody that can run the ball 5-6 yards on first down and make Dak's life easier. He's throwing 49, 50 times a game. That's not sustainable. That's also not Dak's fault though. Like, that is the coaching. That's the scheme.
That's in the GM, too. The Derrick Henry was very pronounced in this game because Derrick Henry came out and said he wanted to be a Cowboy, and they didn't make it happen. So he paid them back by fucking running all over them. And it was ironic because I think right now, if you look at the Cowboys' offense, they could really benefit from a workhorse and take the load off of Dak because CD is still a little like he's looked good, but like outside of him, there's no more Gallup. Who's their second option there?
Ferguson, who's their
Brandon Cooks.
I do like Brandon Cooks, but he's not like anything crazy. Like there's not a ton of like skill on that offense.
Well, I think because they just had to pay Dak $60 million.
That's just bullshit.
And they got Micah Parsons.
The paying a quarterback is so stupid because like every team in the NFL is paying a quarterback, except for rookie deal guys right now.
All right, we're like ESPN. We got to move on from the Cowboys.
True. Dude. Great point. Fuck the Cowboys. Neither of those teams that played in that game will be playing meaningful football in January. Anyways,
Ravens?
Yeah, fuck them.
All right,
you don't think oh my gosh. You can't just drop a bomb like that and then be like, move on.
Fuck the Ravens. Okay, Chiefs take care of business on Sunday night. They beat the Falcons 22-17. There was a missed PI call on the Falcons' second to last drive, but we all forget that there was at least 2 phantom calls, makeup calls on the final drive, and they still fucking couldn't get it done with the ball being handed to them in the red zone. Huge defensive performance. Nick Bolton has looked rusty the first 2 weeks, but he came up huge. He had a phenomenal game. The Chiefs defense is finally starting to find that form again. I think our defense is legit. And you know, 22 points was enough. Even though the offense isn't going on all cylinders, I think we'll be okay. We're 3-0. We're defending champs, back-to-back defending champs. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. Falcons put up a good fight, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs is total trust the process. They'll right the wrongs. I want the offense to start moving more. They need to let Mahomes loose a little bit. Although he's throwing bad interceptions, he needs to, and he'll tell you he's not playing good.
I don't
Steve,
think
I was going to
he
say the
actually literally
opposite.
did. He actually literally did after the game. Said he's not playing
No,
good.
no, I know that.
I
Accountability.
think we
That's what
need
good
the
leaders do. Sorry,
I think
Zacho.
we need I mean, we'll never do this because Mahomes is Mahomes. And from what I watched last year, this same shit happened. Thankfully, we're getting dubs, but Mahomes was kind of rough at the beginning last year, too. And we actually got some L's in that. So, like, after last year, I'm not going to second guess him. I actually would like to see him, like, dial it down and just play a little bit more simple because I think our team is that good. But he's just trying to do a little too much. He's an MVP. Oh, well, we're getting dubs.
Scott?
Yeah, I actually think Atlanta. I'm still really high on them, dude. I think they're gonna win that division. I don't have a ton to say about the Chiefs. They're gonna three-peat, but I think Atlanta is gonna come out and beat the Saints this week too. I I feel like
Dude,
people I feel like just because they didn't start extremely hot this year and they had high expectations, people are already kind of off Atlanta and on to Tampa and New Orleans, but still think the Falcons are a really good team.
Kirk is coming off of a torn Achilles, and he's still finding his groove. And I wanted to ask you guys, what were your thoughts about giving the ball to Bijan Robinson on the last play of the game? Because I loved that, showing confidence in your young star. And I feel if you're the Falcons, I don't really trust Kirk quite yet. You would think he would have gotten that first, but I mean, great play by the defense. But I don't know. Some people were critiquing running the ball the way that on the stretch play.
It
I
was
mean,
4th and
play
1.
call was not great, but dude, you get the ball to your guy.
No, that was absolutely the play call. You run it, Bijan. Maybe not a spread play,
Yeah.
like right down the middle, but I'm
That's
confident.
their offense. The spread works for their offense, and like that's what they do. But like, if I'm a Falcons fan, I'm complaining about the PI call. But then after that, I
They got
like
the ball
seeing.
back though. That's what's driving me
Kev,
nuts about people
Kev,
bitching is that they
I
got the
just
ball
said,
back.
geez, I just said if I were a Falcons fan, I would be complaining just like you would be. But what I was saying is that like he is your franchise, he is your future. You give him the ball. He just met Nick Bolton. That was the problem. That was the biggest problem. He met Nick Bolton.
True. All right. Enough of the Chiefs. Next game, the Bills absolutely butt fuck the Jaguars 47-10. This was ugly. I mean, this was so embarrassing. I felt like I was watching like Mizzou beat up on an FCS team. This was bad. I just dude, the Jags are lost, and it was sad watching Peterson in the post-game conference. He was like, "Yeah, dude, we need to reevaluate everything." It's like, "Yeah, dude, that's your job. That's what you get paid to do." I think he's out for sure. Don't see things turning around with the Jags. They might get a few wins this season. I don't think. I think they're going to need a good hire in this offseason, is what I think. And like I'm not on Trevor, obviously. Like you guys know, I'm a pretty good Trevor stan when it comes to just like waiting on him. He's still 24 years old. So, yeah, dude, it's a wrap for the Jags. This was embarrassing. Prime time too.
I'm so mad. I had this text typed up to you guys, and I don't know why I just didn't send it. I was like, whatever, they don't even care. But I was gonna say tonight's the night. Everyone's gonna be saying Josh Allen MVP front runner, and then I didn't send it. Now everyone's like MVP Josh Allen. I was like, God dang it! Why didn't I just send that text so I maybe looked a little bit smarter?
I
But
mean, he is the MVP right now. Him and Darnold.
him and Darnold. But
Yeah.
I think this is the year. Josh is just he is on a whole new level. He's the most fun player to watch in football.
Are we in the trust tree?
Of course, with
I
all the listeners.
I hope he wins the MVP low key. Like if it's not Pat, which it doesn't look like it's gonna be, I do kind of want him to win because like, dude, I love Josh Allen. He's so likable, man. He's
Dude,
fun to watch.
he's the shit, man.
Just sucks that we have to break his heart every year.
It doesn't suck.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't suck. All right. Last game of the week. Finally. The Commanders beat the Bengals 38-33. Bengals are 0-3. And I've got news for everybody. The Bengals are the Atlanta Falcons, okay? Joe Burrow is Matt Ryan. They have, and Julio Jones is Jamar Chase. They are not that good, guys. They had one great magical season, and they had a chance, and they fucking blew it, or, you know, the NFL rigged it for LA. But they blew it, and they will never be back. I will stand on that take. The Cincinnati Bengals will never be back to the Super Bowl with Burrow. It's not going to happen. They are the Falcons. Sick, like, got great talent. You might have some good regular seasons, but it's a wrap. It's over. Fuck the Bengals.
You guys, they fell apart ever since. See y'all in Burrowhead.
Facts.
Since the
I'd
mayor.
just like to give a shout out to the Bengals for helping me win my fantasy week because Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase did work. And even though they lost the game, Jamar Chase is filthy. They need to pay him, and they need to pay him yesterday.
They're so lucky they play the Panthers. But if the Red Rifle takes them to 0-4, man, I'm going to be a menace on Twitter.
I mean, how could you assume that they won't? Like, you just don't know. And it's the NFL, and it's like the Bengals aren't playing good football, and then Andy Dalton just did that. Like, I don't know. Shit.
Dude, we gotta talk about how nasty Jaden Daniels is, dude. That was the best throw of the entire week. That dart to ice the game, that touchdown pass was disgusting. McLaurin, nasty. Oh my God. He's so good. They listed all the quarterbacks that have thrown the ball. It's like 11 quarterbacks. McLaurin, one of the most slept on players in the entire football league. And Jaden Daniels, I think they got their guy if he
Couldn't
stays
agree. Couldn't agree more. And dude, Scary Terry. I don't know if you guys listened to the broadcast like I did, but when they were talking about how they're like, why haven't you like bitched basically? And he's like, that's not going to help Jaden. Like he's my guy. Like he's like a good veteran that
Yeah,
team can build around. And I think that's the coolest part is he like waited it out a few weeks, didn't bitch, and then he did that and won them the game. Like that
yeah.
was cool.
And he was pumped up. And dude, Jaden Daniels was efficient when he ran the ball too. Like he is like a great.
He's smart. And what's crazy is it's kind of similar to Brock Purdy in the sense that Brock Purdy was a 4-year starter at Iowa State, and Jaden Daniels was a starter for I think 2 or 3. It's either 2 or 3 seasons at Arizona State before he transferred to LSU, and he started 4 years. Like that experience is huge, and it's up here, dude. He was making all the right decisions. I mean, he had what a 90+% completion rate.
Yeah,
He
it was like
knew
the
when to
ever for a rookie.
and
I
he knew when to keep it and when to throw it, and he was smart when he ran. And you know he'll learn. Like he took some shots he didn't need to take, but he'll learn just like Lamar did. But I think like we can't really call him a poor man's Lamar because, quite frankly, he's shown better accuracy than Lamar ever has in that game last night or 2 nights ago. So, if you're a Commanders fan, you're rock hard for this guy, and I'd be excited.
Well, dude, Daniels is a passer. Lamar's not a passer.
Yeah.
This guy is a passer.
No, he's legit, man. And that
Dude.
Also Cliff Kingsbury is a great OC. Say what you want, he's probably not a head coach, but that dude runs a clean offense. I love watching his offense go, man.
I love that hire. Also, Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn's a solid head coach.
If it weren't for Matt LaFleur, he'd be in the talks if they have a winning season. They could win because that's another thing. That division, the Commanders have a chance.
Yeah, week 3, so we'll see.
I know, but it's just that it's exciting because I like seeing parity in the
Yeah,
league.
no, I want the commies to be good. I just think their color scheme is sick. I just really like it, and I like them. They're cool.
I just wish they were the Redskins still.
I agree.
All right, let's get into week 4. Preview time. All right, Thursday night, Cowboys take on the Giants in MetLife. What is the spread here?
We got Dallas -5.5 over under 45.5.
Ugh, I hate that line. I think the Cowboys should win this. I just don't trust either team. This sucks. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys to cover. I don't know, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants win this game.
I'm taking G-men to cover, but lose. I don't know. I like them to cover. I think Dallas should win, but New York to cover.
I'm taking the Giants.
I'm taking the over.
Over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next game, the Bengals take on the Panthers, opening up the noon slate. This one's in Carolina. Bengals desperate for a win. What is the spread here, Steve?
Bengals -4.5 over under 46.5.
Give me the Bengals.
What?
I just that line is not terrible. I thought the line would be bigger, to be honest. It's kind of embarrassing. They're only a 4-point favorite, but
Well, what you said is correct. They are desperate for a win. They literally have to win this game. I'm gonna take the Bengals too.
Scott, your connection's pretty shit.
Fuck.
I'm just letting you
Someone
know.
else said it.
Dude,
I'm going to take the Bengals as well. Jamar Chase going up against that secondary, Joe Burrow. Give me 4 points.
Dude, I'm taking Carolina.
Love that.
There's trouble in paradise in Cincy, dude.
All right.
I'll
Next,
probably regret that, but I'm doing it.
no, dude. I hope you're right. All right. Next game, Saints taking on the Falcons, a big NFC South matchup. This one's in Atlanta, so they're staying home. What's the spread here, Steve?
Atlanta -1.5 over under 42.5.
I like Atlanta, and I'm glad that the spread is close because this is going to be a nasty game. This is going to be chippy, especially with how the Saints, how dirty they were last week with the Eagles. This is going to be another nasty week, so get ready. This could be a low-scoring affair, but it's going to be fun to watch because these teams hate each other. Give me the Falcons, though. Home team.
I hope this lives up to the hype. I hope it's close. I hope it's nasty. I hope it's like a witching hour special. I'm taking Dirty Birds.
I'm on the Falcons.
I'm on the Falcons as well.
It's a B&E sweep.
All right, in the next game we've got the Jaguars taking on the Texans. This one's back in Houston. Divisional game. The Jags are down bad. Texans coming off a bad loss. What's the spread here, Steve?
Houston -6.5 over under 45.5.
Dude, I think the Jags will give a fight here. I don't expect them to win, but it's a divisional game. It's a pretty big spread. And who knows, maybe the Texans have some issues they got to fix. I'll take the Jags to cover that spread.
I agree with you. I could see myself being like, God, I'm so stupid. The Jags just got pumped by the Bills. They're a bad team. But I think Houston's going to win, but I can see the Jags covering 6.5 points.
I'm taking the over. I think the Texans are going to bounce back after only scoring a touchdown, score some points.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go Texans here. I think Joe Mixon is back, if I'm not mistaken, and I think they really missed him last week. I think they're gonna put up points, and I just don't think the Jaguars are gonna keep up. I'm taking the Texans.
He's already back. What was his injury?
I think it was an ankle.
Yeah, I know that. I'm kind of shocked he's already back. I thought it was more serious, but
Well, I
that's
only
good to
know that,
hear.
Kev, because Cam Akers is projected 0 fantasy points this week, so I'm pretty sure they dumped him because Mixon's back.
Okay. All right, next game. The Broncos taking on the Jets at MetLife. Two really good defenses going to face off. What's the spread here, Steve?
Jets -7.5 over under 39.5.
That's a big spread. I don't know if I like that spread. I'm not a big Broncos guy, but it's a big spread. But the Broncos and the Patriots are like a similar team. I feel like I don't know. This is tough. Well, I want to hear what you guys think.
Did Denver stay on the coast?
I'm not sure. I don't have that information.
I'm going to
Because
take Broncos.
Who?
I'll take Denver. Two
yeah,
score. Two score
I'm,
ahead.
I'm with Scott. That's a big spread. I don't think the Jets are that good.
Normally, I would agree, but I'm going to go with the Jets because I think about this. Rodgers is a Nathaniel Hackett guy. Hackett got embarrassed by the Broncos. Rodgers wasn't around last year. And Rodgers is going to, I think, thread the fucking needle against them as a redemption game for Hackett. So I'm going Jets, double digit victory in this one.
I kind of like what you said. I like that. I'm going to take the Jets here. I just think they're. I don't believe in the Broncos offense, and I think the Jets defense is good. And I also, do we have any update on the Hassan Reddick shit? The only thing I've heard is that he fired his agent.
He's missing like $1 million a week by doing this.
I heard he fired his agent, so that tells me he's probably going to get a deal done soon.
Dude, I just think it's so funny when guys who are like good but not like the best in their position do shit like this.
Right, like Hassan Reddick's a really good DN, but he's not all pro. Like
It's like, dude, you're not like
you're not
name 10 other DNs that are better.
you're not him. You are not him. All
He's
right,
not.
next game. Ooh.
I know what it is.
Vikings take on the Packers at Lambeau. Damn, is Jordan Love back? I think he might be. What's the spread here, Steve?
The line would suggest that Jordan Love is back at -2.5. Over under 43.5.
Dude, I think even if Malik starts, give me the Packers. I'm gonna ride the hot hand. And I know the Vikes are hot too, but I just love what LaFleur's cooking up, and they're at home, divisional game. I like the home teams in divisional games.
Dude, O'Connell is such a good coach too.
Yeah, I love
Is.
KOC.
Isn't Darnold out this week, though, too?
He's playing.
He is?
So
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm on the Packers. I think they are the third best team in football, behind the Chiefs and the Bills.
I'm
Zach,
going with the Packers.
that's a beanie sweep.
All right, next we got the Steelers taking on the Colts. This one's in Indy. What's the spread here, Steve?
Packer.
This is a gross game, dude.
Steelers -1.5. Over under 30.
Yes, I love that spread. Give me the Steelers.
Steals.
How can you not? How can you not?
Yeah, I'm going to go Steelers.
That's a beanie sweep. I already know Scott's going for it.
That line is crazy though.
That line is insane to me.
So that does scare me a little though. Like, what do they know? All right. Next game, Rams taking on the Bears. This one's in Chicago. What's the spread here?
Bears -2.5. Over under 40.5.
No Aaron Donald on that D line, so the O line shouldn't be that bad. I like the Bears here to get the win.
I'm very confidently taking the Rams +2.5. What did you say, Scott?
I'm on the Rams.
Sean McVay against a rookie quarterback. I'll take the Rams.
All right. An eagle, y'all. An eagle, y'all. The Eagles take on the Bucks in Tampa. What's the spread here, Steve?
Eagles -1.5. Over under 44.5.
Bucks at home, bounce back game. I don't like what I've seen from the Eagles. Give me the Bucks.
I agree. I'm on the Bucks.
I kind of like the over.
I love the over. I'm taking it.
All right.
All right, next we got the Patriots taking on the Niners. This one's at the Bay. What is the spread here, Steve?
Let's play guess that line.
Niners -6.
You guys got any guesses? Scott,
What's the game? Sorry, Niners who?
Patriots at San Fran.
I'm going to guess -5.5.
It's Niners minus 10.5.
Holy shit!
Over under.
Woo!
So Kittle's
Oh.
back and Debo's back.
Oh, okay. That's valuable
I'm
information.
guessing. I'm just
Oh,
guessing.
Kittle's he's listed as questionable. I think he's going to play though.
oh. I mean, I do think that the Niners should probably just run the ball really well here and just like I don't know what happened last week. They had a lead on a bad team. I don't think they'll do that 2 weeks in a row. I will take the Niners in the giant spread. That is a crazy spread though.
Oh,
What's the over, Steve?
40.5. I can't take that spread. It's just it's the
Steve, you have a
NFL.
rule, man.
I
It's
have a
pretty
rule.
simple.
So I'm gonna take the over, and I think the Niners might get it all themselves. But I the over.
I literally completely agree with that. I'm going to take the over too.
Hey,
Damn, I was considering the over, but I'm also like the Niners are gonna. I'm just gonna take the over so I can just root for points.
let's go.
All right, next game, the Commanders taking on the Cardinals. This will be a fun game. Fuck, this is gonna be fun. This one's in Arizona too. Good weather. What's the spread here, Steve?
Zona minus 3.5. Over under 50.5.
Just give me the over. Let's get out of there.
Dude, that's a lot of points.
I'll take.
So, what'd you say, Scott?
I'm on the Cardinals.
Yeah, man. Like as much as I love the commies and what they're doing there and Jaden Daniels, I think the Cardinal like the biggest problem for the commies is that defense is so fucking bad, and they're specifically their DBs are bad. I think Kyler's gonna have a big game. I do like the Cardinals in this.
Dude, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm taking the over.
All right, next game. We got the Chiefs taking on the Chargers. This one's in LA. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, yeah, no, this is true. The Chiefs have never lost at SoFi.
Correct.
Fact. What is the spread here, Steve?
So it's currently minus 7.5. I think as of right now, Herbert is out. Over under 39.5.
It's a massive spread, dude.
That would also indicate that Herbert's out.
Like, if Easton Stick plays, he plays, and I hope to God we can cover that. But I'm not trusting the Chiefs to cover that big of a spread right now. Give me the Chargers to cover that. Andy Reid loves playing with his food.
If it's Easton Stick, we will cover. But I'm gonna take the Chargers too.
Zach, what was going through your mind? Because I was thinking about him just with like
I was just thinking of a big
patty burger.
cheeseburger.
Yeah, it's like a
Dude,
patty burger that he's just like flopping around.
I feel like he was just talking to his burger, just talking. Just like
How about those nuggies?
I forgot about that commercial, dude. Oh man. All right, Scott, what did you say?
I'm on the Chargers.
Okay.
Oh shit. Dude, let's go. Let's go Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm with you, Zach.
If Easton Stick plays, we better fucking cover
Correct me if I'm
7.5.
wrong, but John Harbaugh has not seen Pat Mahomes yet, right?
Jim, his name's Jim, and no,
Oh, yeah.
he is not. He has not seen Patrick Mahomes.
He's gonna see him.
Yeah, I also do think, like, as a Chiefs fan, I think Mahomes is gonna.
Also, Derwin
Kelsey.
James suspended.
What, Steve?
Derwin James out.
So Kelsey, I expect to have a pretty good game. Not like crazy, but like I think he's gonna have a game where he looks like his old self, and people shut the fuck about saying he's washed. And then I also think Mahomes will have a really good statistical game compared to these first three. But I do at the end of the day, I just think Andy Reid fucks around too much. So I'm gonna stick with the Chargers. All right, next game. The Browns take on the Raiders in Vegas. Raiders stay in Vegas. That's good for them. What's the spread here, Steve?
Raiders minus 1.5. Over under 37.5.
I love that spread. Give me the Raiders. I like them at home after getting embarrassed by the Panthers. I think Pierce is going to be in their ass all week, and I'm low on the Browns all week, every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders. I think Crosby might kill Deshaun.
I hope.
I'm on the Raiders.
If Jameis comes in the game, oh boy, I'm a big brownie.
Yeah, that changes everything.
I'm on the Raiders also.
That's a B.
Pardon my take. Meme the other day. It just said
Yeah.
the Browns have not won a game in which Winston's played less than 3 plays.
Yeah. Love that. Because before that, it was like the Browns are undefeated when Jameis takes a snap. All right. Next game. Ooh. Sunday night football. The Bills take on the Ravens in Baltimore. A true test in the AFC. What's the spread here, Steve?
Ravens minus 2.5, over under 46.5.
Give me the Bills as dogs right now. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I'll ride the hot Bills.
Yeah, getting the dogs. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm lone wolf on this one. I think that this is just the NFL and it's weird, and the Bills should win this game, but I just think the Ravens bounce back, and I haven't seen what I want from the Bills defense just yet against a good team.
Scott?
I'm on the Bills.
Okay. You know, the Ravens kind of need this win. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for tiebreakers down the road too. This is a big game. I
Not
can't.
only that,
I'm so glad that's at the Sunday night spot.
if the Steelers win again and the Ravens lose again, like, dude, they're running away with the division already in the first quarter.
Yeah, that'd be a huge advantage for them down the road. All right, another Monday night doubleheader. I believe this is the last one until like holiday season, because shit gets all fucked up when the holidays are around. Titans are taking on the Dolphins. This one's in Miami, and I did hear that the Titans are favorite. Like Will Levis is a favorite, and I just laughed at that. What's the spread, Steve?
You would be incorrect.
What?
I can't wait to not
It
watch
must
this.
have missed, or it must have changed.
Thank God there's 2 games because this is terrible. But Miami minus 1.5, over under 36.5.
I like the Titans here. The Dolphins are really bad without a quarterback. The Dolphins' defense is like low key trash.
Yeah, I'm just taking the better defense in this one. I'll take the Titans.
Yeah,
Same.
Dude, I'm taking the Titans, but I kind of want to take the under. But I'm taking the
Steve,
Titans. That's beanie sweep,
yeah,
dude. But I'm telling you, the under's tempting because this game's gonna suck.
yeah, but sometimes those are the best. All right, next game and the last game, the Seahawks take on the Lions in Detroit. Seahawks are undefeated. Lions are a great NFC team. What is the spread here, Steve?
Lions minus 3.5, over under 46.5.
I hate that line. If I was gambling, I'd buy a point to get it to 2.5. Give me the Lions to cover that spread anyways, though.
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. I'm taking the Seahawks though because I think it's going to be closer. I think I bought in on the Seahawks defense. Their head coach is awesome.
I do like him a lot. He's Michigan alum.
I'm going to take
Who? Sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
All good. I'm on the Lions.
Who have the Seahawks played so far this year? Patriots. Who would they just play? Am I blanking?
They've played the. Did they play the Panthers?
I think week 1 was Panthers.
Okay. And then the Patriots,
And the
and then who they
Patriots.
just play and they just beat.
I'm looking.
They just beat.
Sorry, I'm blanking on this.
The Dolphins. So they haven't played shit.
Okay, so that is my point, which is why
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Lions because I
Yep.
haven't seen the Seahawks beat a good team yet. This could be their chance, but Lions for me.
Same thinking, Zach. But if they do get this win, I mean, I'll be taking them for real.
They beat the Broncos, the Patriots, then the Dolphins.
That's got to be the worst
Broncos,
start.
yeah.
Like that's the best start for record, like a record for the Seahawks. Like
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
good.
start agree.
but dude, building confidence though.
The new coach bump.
Also, I don't think the Lions are quite as hot as they were last year yet. They could get there, but they might not be the same as last year.
All right.
Now, expect it.
All right,
So,
that's week 4's preview. We're gonna get into our locks of the week, moneyline parlay. Scott, do you want to read off those stats?
I won my lock of the week. You guys all lost yours. I went 6-10. Kevin 5-11. Zach and Steve 8-8, and we lost our money line parlay.
Dude, I've been ass in the NFL this season. But I'm gonna take what was the spread in the Steelers Colts game? It was 1.5 Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, give me the Steelers. Fuck the Colts.
I'll take the Bills plus. Is it 2.5?
I think Steve.
Yes.
What?
2.5.
All right,
Dude, those are the two games I was in between.
Steve, come join me.
I am. I think the Colts suck. Sorry, not sorry, Chili.
Zach.
I'm between two. I love the Packers.
Damn, you
I
love the
also weirdly
Packers.
love, yeah. I also weirdly love the over in the Tampa Philly game.
I love.
I was just the weather might be the only thing I'm not sure of. I think I'm going to take the over as long as it's not like a shitstorm there.
Is there still like storms going on down there?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just play it safe. Take the Packers. I'll just take the Packers. Fuck it.
All right. What was that spread again?
2.5.
Hold on. Who are they playing?
Minnesota.
Yeah, Vikes.
2.5. 2.5.
And Jordan Love is expected back, but it has not been announced yet. All right. Moneyline parlay time, and I do have to apologize to Zach. Me, Steve, and Scott were all wrong, and you took the underdog, and that was correct. So, fuck the NFL. It's so hard to predict. To get 4 teams correct is very difficult. We have found that. So pick whatever you're most confident in, I guess.
Or the biggest juice.
I I won't do it. I wanted to take the Niners, but that's just stupid. Uh fuck, dude. Everything I'm safe on. What was you know what? Fuck you know what? Fuck it. Give me the Titans. That should give us some juice.
Starting off with plus money.
Scott, Steve, Zach.
Can we throw KC on there?
Yeah. I didn't want to do it.
All right. So KC Titans.
– What do you like, Zach?
I can see that fucking
Couple.
smirk on his face. What are you thinking, Zach?
I have a savage one, but I won't do. But I'll tell you guys it. I wanted to take Giants money line.
I mean, I'm not going to talk shit anymore, so I'll write it down.
If you don't want me to take it, I'll take the Rams. They're also dogs, and
No,
that'll
fuck
be
that. I
plus
don't want the
money.
Ram. Fuck them. I don't want to trust the
I'm
Rams.
between
Okay,
the
I
Bills
don't
or
want to root for them. Sorry, what, Scott?
the Bills are. This is the only time we can get the Bills plus money. Like
Yeah.
throw them in, but I also like the Bengals.
All right.
They're
I
just
already put in, and this is juicy.
Bills, you said, Scott?
um
Because that's your lock of the week, so you might as well.
yeah, sure.
Dude, that puts it at plus 1,583.
Dude, if that. I think I am going to go play some bets this weekend. I might just
since
have
I
to do
juiced,
that.
since I juiced it, I'll be the one to put the money down for it. We'll see.
All right. Any hot takes, bold predictions? I mean, I already gave you guys my the Bengals are the Matt Ryan Falcons. So anything? Anyone?
No, mine is more of like a just a thought, and I think we're realizing in the NFL more than ever that like a head coach, man, matters so much. And I'm becoming a believer that like the offensive minded head coach is so much more important than the defensive minded. And the only reason I say that is because look at all these QBs that get hurt. Backup comes in that's like average at best, and somehow these coaches turn him into a Pro Bowl quarterback. Like I don't know, man. I think like I'm seeing all these teams like start out 2-1 and 3-0 with like what I would consider average quarterbacks. Like coaching matters so much, and I used to think it was just like big names, you know.
Coach, yeah, like I don't think just head coach. I think just coaching in general because like look at all these like coordinators and shit. Like Cliff Kingsbury has made a huge difference in that offense. They're a completely different offense this year. Obviously, they have a new quarterback, but like that's so important. And then you look at like guys like uh Dan Quinn is doing good with the commies. That defensive minded head coach for Seattle. I mean, like just good coaching in general makes a huge difference. Like Seattle's problem was their defense, and he seems to have improved that quite a bit. I know they haven't played anyone yet, but still they've shown some improvement. But yeah, that's a great take because it is not talked about enough. This is a player driven league, but coaching really does fucking matter.
Yeah, it was a really good take. Um, Man, it's crazy with this has just been a weird year with like points being down and like running backs.
Yards is what's crazy. I think it's crazier that like we used to see 300 yards
Yeah,
throw like 50% of the league had quarterbacks thrown for 300 yards, and now like there's no passing yard. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna change in this season. Because if it doesn't change this season, the NFL is gonna come up with some bullshit ass rules to like make it more offensive.
If
I
it
think
doesn't change this week, me and Steve's record is screwed because we took the over in like half the games.
I think the games have still been really fun and enjoyable though. Like I've been having a blast watching.
Yeah, I saw some stuff on Twitter about people shitting on like the noon slate last week and how like there were no good games. It was all either blowouts or just shitty football. And I was like, dude, I don't know. It's the NFL. Like, I that's the sicko in me, but I just think it's like there's nothing better.
Dude,
E-
you put on like the worst game of the week is that Miami one, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to not watch it, dude. I'll be watching it.
no, exactly. I'm gonna be fucking dialed in with both TVs in both games. Like,
Yeah, dude. It's NFL can just take my money.
yeah, yeah. All right, that does it, boys. Let's be in the ball talk.